a skin of BR. It's kind of nice, you know, a nice little excuse to use code Mista at your checkout, MIST. I should have it written on here somewhere, but the missions are fairly tame today. No V-Buckaroos at all, so no free boinks for us today, but there are a lot of rare perk up missions, which I always stress because if you're in the end game, that's rare and twine, so it's nice to have. And there are a ton of miscellaneous weapons available, including a golden rescue trooper Ramirez, which if you do not know what my collection book is full of, which I would hope you don't because that's kind of weird, I don't actually have her in the book as a legendary because she's one of the main heroes that I use all the time, but I've only ever gotten the one. So that'll actually be nice to have. But starting up at Twine, let's talk about some of the notable missions that I found. So there are missions like the Reaper Scythe and, you know, lots of epic perk up. These are just kind of nice to have. They're sort of sprinkled throughout. I didn't write any of those down, but obviously you just saw them there. Lots of weapons like you just saw in Fortnite DB. The Copper Viper is something that you can grab. Honestly, if you don't have a full collection book, just hopping between all of those missions, picking up the heroes and weapons available just to fill up your collection book is actually highly recommended. It's a nice way to do it. And like I just said, even I, as like a maximum, not max, but you know what I mean, like really endgame player who tries to be informed, even I am seeking some of these missions for that exact reason. Got a nice mission right here, the 100 evacuate the shelter. Nothing crazy, but if you run it once, you get 170 perk up, you know, between legendary and epic, and you get a little bit of candy. It's nice to have. I did note down a 94-4 player, which is nice to run after you do that mission. You know, just run this over and over, and you should get about, I think it's 50 of each, but it could be more. It might be like 100 of each of each perk up. Obviously, you should just give this a run and find out for yourself at least once just to get the candy and whatnot, but the second time might be worth it because a deliver the bomb's fairly easy. A 94-4 player isn't very challenging depending on your power level, and then exploding death bomb kind of sucks, so I can definitely understand. Again, more miscellaneous missions that just have really nice perk up rewards. I'm more or less skipping over those right now. The other one that I had noted was the 116. A couple of these are actually really interesting. So there's a survivor here up in the 116s. You got a copper lightning pistol. There's the rescue trooper Ramirez, which I'm probably going to run that one off stream just for, I've had that empty slot in my book for so long, but I'm not going to dwell on it too long. A couple of the 124-4 players are nice. Extra perk up, Harvester Sarah. I genuinely don't even remember what she does. Let's find out together. Somebody is screaming it right now, but there you go. So if you need a little bit of scythe damage, which is probably not something you need. Either way, she's good for the book if you don't have her. Just nice to get a legendary hero. Easy peasy. Just run the mission once. A couple of these are nice to queue a single time. I'm going to be skipping over a lot of those. The 144 player has a survivor because, you know, people queuing 144 players are the ones who need legendary survivors. That makes sense, Epic. Thank you for all of it. We got a 4x reperk in the deliver the bomb. Nice to have, I guess. You're only getting about 300 for these. It's kind of easy to grind, but if you run this one once, you get 400. So I don't know. You know, you can sort of choose for yourself. You get a legendary lead survivor, which again, if you're queuing 164 players, I can't imagine any way in hell that you don't have at least legendary lead survivor. Whatever, it's a thing. You can recycle it or not. It's a 5x perk up regardless, so it doesn't really matter what the alerts are when you got this kind of perk up down there. Enough of Twine. Let's head over to Candy Valley. It's going to be a really kind of quick note. The only mission that I noted was a 64 mission because the Copper Dragon's Breath might be new for you. It's not that exciting of a weapon, but it might be new for you. No. What I'm focused on is the rare perk up, which I can't really show you that easily. So we're going to go to Fortnite DB because they actually lay this one out nicely. You get a lot of rare perk up. These are all of the different missions. If you're low on that, you can just queue these and have a grand old time. Those are all the different missions. I'm going to be linking all those sites down below if you guys want to look through that at your own pace, reference it while you're playing. That's completely up to you. And I don't think the Candy mission, I didn't even check the Storm King. Yeah, it's giving you 36 drops of rain. Really not a whole lot going on in Candy other than all of the drops of rain. All of the blue perk up. A little bit of drops of rain. You know, it's there, but if you're looking for it, you're not going to have too many good missions of drops of rain today. If you want the purple Copper Dragon's Breath, there you go. 19-4 player in Plankerton. Hey, if you're watching this as an endgame player, low-level players, you got to fill out your book. It's really important. Seriously, when you get to the endgame in the collection book, you get some, like, genuinely good rewards. I get legendary flux, purple flux, hundreds of perk up. Like, I'll have upgrades where it's like 500 green and then 300, 200, or like 300 legendary perk up. Like, all of them from one upgrade. Endgame collection book is very, very nice, and you got to start somewhere. So I'm going to be pointing out a lot of basic weapons that you might not have any interest in because I think they are worth doing. This 34-4 player is a 4x reperk, so nice to have. Again, I am cropping it. I'm just gonna here. Let me just. Oh, come on. There you go. Yeah. There you go. You see it down there. I'm gonna make me a little bit bigger now. So that's also good to note. Up here, I'm just gonna I'll be over here now. This is a 4x lightning in a bottle. Really, really good, especially if you want to evolve something at some point. And that's pretty much what I found of note in Plankerton and Canny and Twine for that matter. I'm not gonna be covering Stonewood because there's just not enough. These are some really easy to see missions. You can kind of scout the whole thing in seconds. It's not too much of a hassle. Hope you guys enjoyed. There's just a recommended video. You can click on it now, and I hope you enjoy it. Goodbye. Have a nice day.